Hello everyone and welcome to beautiful Netherlands. We're at the sunny Kampong today. A little bit of cloud cover for this 4-match T20I series between the Netherlands and Hong Kong women. Looking forward to this, brought to you by KNCB and Frogbox. A couple of extra cameras today as well. We're getting a little bit funky with the production, so do bear with us for any technical issues that do happen, but we've got a bit of a straight on camera. We've got a couple of others as well that we're going to try and man from the commentary booth, myself and Sebastian, our local Kampong resident, as we are good to go for this T20I series. The Hong Kong women's team have come from a long way to be in this one. Looking forward to seeing how this series goes. We have a look at our extra cameras. I'll try and get them there quickly. That's our wide view shot for today. Beautiful ground. They've done very well here in the Netherlands and Utrecht to get this pitch up and running. A lot of rain around to start this summer. And obviously we've got our zoomed in camera, number 2. Bear with us while we get number 2 moving around a little bit. But let's get to the action. It's going to be Zwilling and Callis who are opening the batting. And they'll have a bit of pressure on themselves against this very good Hong Kong team. Looks like the 2 boundary riders, deep sort of cover point. Maybe just the 1 boundary rider to start. Don't seem to see anyone else out there just yet. So we're almost set to go, just waiting on the umpire to say play. It'll be Zwilling on strike. Ball number 1 of this 4-match T20I series. It's a nice start as well, full and straight, and just pushed into the offside to points. It'll be a dot ball to start. The Hong Kong team has been here for a while already, I've been told. It played the Netherlands A last week in a tight encounter, and definitely a team that's progressing in world cricket. Ranked 22 in the world, Netherlands 15th. This will pose a good stern test for them. A big appeal, but that's going to be going down the leg side. So yeah, here's a couple of our different camera views for today. We have the wide shot, which shows a lot of everything beautiful about Kampong. Then we've got our rolling camera. Sebastian from Kampong's giving you a bit of a go today. So we're taking Frogbox to another level. Never in my days did I think we'd be able to get 3 camera Frogbox. Can't believe it. We'll start from Hong Kong here. Full delivery, driven nicely from Zwilling, but a bit of yes-no maybe as that's mopped up from mid-off. So just a dot ball, but unfortunately there's going to be an overthrow, so that'll open proceedings. Zwilling will get off the mark with the single. We're away here in this T20I series. As I mentioned, a little bit about the weather. We're very fortunate that the sun is clear today and out and shining. We've had a lot of rain in the Utrecht area and all over the Netherlands to start this summer. First ball for Callis. Pushed nicely into the offside and shoots off for a quick single. So that's both openers off the mark. Always makes you feel a little bit better. So the first of 4 games. The Netherlands do go into this series, you'd have to say, as favourites. But can the Hong Kong team, who are progressing nicely, cause a few upsets over the next 3 days? That's a wideish delivery outside the off stump. So here Hong Kong in the sporting red and the Dutch in their traditional orange. Still just operating with the 1 boundary rider. Quite an aggressive field here from Hong Kong. High in the air. Is this going to be a catching chance? It might be close. Well, Sebastian trying to catch up with that one with the camera. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's not an easy job. So do bear with us. It's going to be 1 run to Zwilling. That'll end the first over. Scores none for 3. obviously this opening pair, very dangerous as Willing and Callis. Probably comes out at number 3. She was the player of the series versus the Italian women recently. Rabine Reich listed to come out at 4. That was Sahar with a very good first over. I think this Hong Kong team definitely don't ride them out in this series. They'll go pretty close, I think, to potentially causing a couple of upsets. Looks like over number 2 now is going to be bowled from Sue. Her first opportunity in this series to maybe get a breakthrough. They do have 2 players on the boundary now. Deep cover point and deep mid on. So just a small delay, a couple of running repairs out there for Zwilling. Wants to take guard and get everything right. Start of the second over. It's well bowled. Decent pace about that outside the off stump and just pushed to mid off. Yeah, Zwilling's been a bit of a revelation in the last couple of years for Dutch cricket. Obviously started her career as a tall right arm fast bowler, batting in the middle to lower order, but of late and recently has been able to push through and make her way up to the openings positions. And you can see why with nice shots like that. It's going to find the fielder though. Another dot ball. Now, this is our ground at Utrecht in the heart of the Netherlands, one of the most beautiful cities you can imagine. Kampong Cricket Club, the host for this 4-match T20I series. It's great to see so much cricket get around to all the different grounds this Dutch summer. That's hit beautifully. That's going to go for 4. That'll be the first boundary of this T20I series. Smacked away as Sebastian tries to catch up with it with the moving camera. He's doing a good job, Sebastian. 4 runs to the total. So Zwilling gets something a little bit short and pumps it away for 4. Good batting. Oh, it's a big full toss and Zwilling isn't going to miss out on that. Let's see how our rolling camera is going. And, oh, it's a great dive out there, but it'll go for 4. Maybe a little change in the field. I think you'd want to be covering that leg side boundary. Back-to-back 4s. And I have to say, danger signs early for Hong Kong. I had a look at this surface earlier. I don't think there'll be any demons in this pitch. Maybe a tad slow if anything's been under cover for quite some time. Another nice shot from Zwilling. You see there, not too much pace on the baller in this pitch. There isn't a huge amount of carry, you'd say, to the keeper. So I do expect these Dutch batters to get in and get on that front foot today. See a lot of drives and strong driving through the ball you'd expect. Like that, nice shot, goes through cover. And they'll be able to get back, you'd imagine, for 2 here. Yeah, good bit of running, and they will get 2 more to the total. So Zwilling starting like a house on fire here. A couple of boundaries in this over and taking that over for plenty of runs. And over actually goes for 10 in total. And at the end of 2 overs, the Netherlands are 13 for none. So 4 opportunities in this series for these players to find a bit of form and potentially win a couple of games for their nation. I was really impressed with the first over from this young bowler, Sahar. Put her in a good spot. It's going to bowl over number 3 here. Slight adjustment to the field. You can see slip just going a little bit wider. Still only the deep cover point as the boundary rider, opting to have only 1 player out in the power play. And it's going to go straight to that 1 player out. So what do I know? It's good captaincy. Just one run to the total. Sebastian still trying to catch up with where the ball went. I think he needs a quicker camera if you ask me. I think you've got to start from further back, Sebastian, and then try and follow it quicker. Full delivery, bottom hand smacked through the leg side. That'll go away for 4. There it goes over the rope. Nice shot there from Zwilling, who hits her 3rd boundary in this T20I. Has been really impressive in the small time I've seen her in the last year and a half playing national cricket. At the top of the order, opens the batting and opens the bowling. Beautiful shot, 4 to the total. They will finally put that second player on the boundary, which is good. So now they've got the deep mid on in place. It's going to be hit straight out to deep mid on, and that's good captaincy. I think in these situations, you can't really afford to only have one boundary rider. It is a 6-over power play, I know, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're protecting that boundary as much as possible. Oh, past the outside edge, well bowled. Callis came over during the Italian series. We only got a bite-sized look at Ster Callis in the previous series, unfortunately, due to the weather gods washing out day 2 of that T20I series. Was a big shame. Good to see that she's back here for these games, though. Cornerstone of this team. Leading run scorer for the country in T20Is. Driven nicely, well fielded by Point, really well fielded. Good round of applause, and the fielders getting around. See you there at backward point, saves a certain 4. Shot, that is hammered through cover, but there is a boundary rider out there, so it'll just be a single. Good fielding to be able to keep it to 1. Callis got that straight out the middle, no boundary just yet for Ster Callis. That won't bother her too much. The score's looking pretty good here for the Netherlands to start this T20I. The score is 30 for none. Busy time in Dutch cricket overall. Obviously the men's team, unfortunately, bundled out of the World Cup overnight. Had one last little breath of life when Nepal looked like they might beat Bangladesh, but wasn't to be. So, plenty of cricket this summer in the Netherlands. Been an interesting old summer weather-wise, but I know all the club teams are trying their best to get themselves on the park. Looks like we're going to have an early bowling change, and looking forward to seeing this young bowler, Mariam, with the ball in hand. Gets an opportunity now with the new ball. So, young Bibi has played 50 women's T20Is already, 47 wickets. Look out for her with the ball this week. And you can see why, a lot of swing, just starting that one a little bit too wide. Best figures in her young career of 4 for 8. Only 20 years of age and already 47 international T20I wickets, 50 games. So, promising long career for young Bibi, who has the ball. Another decent delivery. He's getting a lot of movement. 47 wickets and an average of 13, economy of 5 in her career. Good numbers over 50 games. Obviously entrusted with being the first bowling change. You can understand why that new ball is swinging quite a lot. Another full delivery in the air. Lovely shot from Callis though, as it finds the gap between cover and mid off. That'll go for her first boundary. Sebastian still trying to find that ball on the camera. There it is, Sebastian. 4 more to the total. Beautiful sunny day out here at Kampong. As I mentioned to some of our viewers, do bear with us. Here's our beautiful wide view today. Ground looking magnificent as ever. Well done to everyone at Kampong CC to get it up in time. Not so easy with the weather we've had. That was Callance's first boundary in this innings also. There's a change in the field. They're going to go deep mid off and deep cover. A little bit of ball flowing here. That one's going to be a wide, so 1 to the total. Back to the action. A little bit of wind coming over the ground now. Full delivery, skewed away to the offside. It'll just be a single. So 1 more run. Good to see Dutch cricket supporters are tuning in and watching more of this women's team. Very talented women's team, very young also. A couple of bright seasons ahead, you'd imagine. Beebe just starting that one a little bit too wide. Jark's out, standing umpire there. Easy decision for him. I think par score today, tough to tell. Didn't get too much of a look at the wicket, but the outfield looks quite true. And from what I've seen in the first couple of overs, not too much to worry about as a bat. I think the Netherlands will be wanting anything over 150 plus today. That'd be their main aim. Well bowled, really well bowled. That's a great delivery. Just beating the outside edge. Fuller delivery, hit nicely from Zwilling. That might go for 4, you know. No, it won't. Well fielded. Callis should come back for 2 on the arm and will get back for 2. So a good bit of running as these Dutch openers have started quite brightly here in sunny Utrecht. That's high in the air. Big caller. Catch it. Oh, that would have been an absolute hanger. Tell you what, if she had caught that, I would have quick commentary right now. Top effort. Flew in the air. That'll be 2 more to the total. As the Netherlands have started quite well here. Their score now 31 for none after 4. Good power play so far. Still 2 overs to go in this power play. So it looks like there's going to be another bowling change. Hong Kong not afraid to change it round. Looks like maybe a little bit of spin now, as that's cut nicely to cover point. Yeah, it will be a little bit of spin. Kaiman Chan with the ball in hand now. Short ball, that should be cracked away. It is cracked away. Callis isn't going to miss out on that. Lovely signs here for the Netherlands. Just a little bit short there from Chan and pays the price. 4 more to the total. just a drag down delivery. Not easy to be a leg spinner over the top. 61 matches, 73 wickets for Chan. Long career as well. Debuted against Pakistan at the age of 18, so many years of top flight cricket. It's a flighted delivery, great comeback ball, really well bowled. Brave bowling as well to get it above the eye line. Deep mid on, deep cover point. 2 boundary riders to end this power play. Callis lofts it. That's going to be an opportunity. And top catch! What a brilliant catch. Oh, I don't know if we got it, but I tell you what, that is a 10 out of 10 catch to take the first wicket in this 4-match T20I series. Callis came down the ground, chipped it into a bit of a pocket of space, but mid-off got around. Takes a hanger early on. Callis will have to depart. You can see on the faces of the Hong Kong players, they know that's a huge wicket. As that's going to be the first one down. And we wait for Delata to come out at number 3. Player of the series versus the Azzurri of the Italian women's about a month ago. Was not dismissed against Italy and scored 121 runs in her 2 innings, so pretty good for the infinity average. But good bowling as well. Chan dragged the first one down, flighted the next 2 up. Callis played a pretty loose stroke, but a really good catch by Bibi Mariam. Fantastic catch, mid-off, running around to mid-on and holding on to it. Good aggressive captaincy here as well. Mid-on's going to come up straight away for the new batter, Delata. No point having her back, and covering the square boundaries is a good option versus Babette. Very, very good player of spin and sweeps the ball quite beautifully. Both sides of the wickets. Look out for the reverse and the traditional sweep. Oh, bit of an appeal, shuffled across. Well, not out from the umpire. Delata, circumspect first ball. So spin doing the trick here at the moment. I reckon that was pretty close, you know. There's that sweep shot straight away. It's going to spin a little bit. Makes it a bit difficult for the fielder out there, but they'll be able to get a single. So a productive over so far, and that will actually end the over. Chan with the big breakthrough. Callis has to go. And Netherlands, still a very healthy run rate despite the wicket. 37 for 1 after 5. So these are the first games in quite some time for the Hong Kong women. It's been about 4 or 5 months. The last matches against the Thailand women and Bhutan and the Maldives. They've been in some decent form as well. They get a good opportunity here if they can get Delata and Zwilling in the next couple of overs. They'll truly believe they could be on for a win here today. So third and deep cover point, 2 boundary riders. Delata on strike, full toss almost. Actually just dips a little bit late and be a dot ball. Beautiful pitches here out in Utrecht. It is a glorious ground. My favourite cricket ground in all of the Netherlands. I think this is obviously the #1 home of cricket, if you ask me. Maybe that gives me a contract for 1 extra year. Beautiful ground up here in sunny Utrecht. Nice drive from Delata, who yet to be dismissed in the Dutch summer. was in fantastic form against the Italian women's not long ago. Actually hit the 4th highest score in women's T20I cricket for the Netherlands. Oh, bit of an adventurous stroke that time. Keeper goes for a cheeky run out, but more stumping. Yeah, against the Italian women, 82 not out and 40 not out in that mini series. Ended up getting player of the series. Also was very tidy with the gloves, 4 catches and a stumping. Cut away nicely. That's going to find backward point. Good bit of fielding. Gets the throw in quickly. Just a dot ball. That's going to be wide, swinging away, left alone from Delay. One thing I like so far about this Hong Kong team, they're getting the ball to move in the air. Something that I think all teams, especially in T20 cricket, if you can offer a bit of swing or maybe something off the pitch, it adds that extra layer, a bit more difficult for the batting group. In the air and over backward point. There was shouts to catch it, but I reckon they might be able to get back for 2. Delata will get back for 2. Over pitched, and Babette wasn't out the middle of the bat, but does find a big pocket of space for a couple of runs. Good to see a bit of a crowd start to turn up at Kampong as well. Hopefully they didn't have to take too long to get through the security checks. Kampong very studious here. The sun is shining though, that usually does drive the supporters out in their droves. That's well played, just push through backward point, they'll get through for a single. And there'll be another over complete. So overall, despite the wicket at Callis, I think the power play probably belongs to the Netherlands. Only just though, at the end of 6 overs, the score is 40 for 1. So first over outside the power play. Oh, flight of delivery, lovely shot from Delay. It blows Chan's foot apart. She just gets on with it, tough as nails. Dot ball. Nice shot from Delay. Look out here for Delay to get pretty adventurous. The sweep shot uses the feet quite well, maybe a reverse Malachi. Plenty of options to Delay's wheelhouse. This time just runs it to point and won't be able to get the single. Chan's been really impressive here. Despite the first drag down to Callis they got hit for 4, has come back extremely well. Seems to be able to land it on a pretty tidy length. Well, that's good batting. Turns a decent ball into a half volley, and they'll get back for 2 here. Some adventurous fielding out there by deep cover point, who takes a bit of a tumble. That'll be 2 runs to the total. Still plenty of batting to come for the Netherlands as well. So they've got a platform here to go big. Rabin Reich listed at number 4, maybe Kurana will come out at number 5. Oh, that's a sort of half-hearted sweep shot from Delata. Didn't get low and gets a little bit lucky. Giant top edge over the keeper. That's Cheng there with the gloves. Can't do much about that though. A little bit of luck there from Delata, who still yet to be dismissed in the Dutch summer. Hit hard and over mid-wicket. Lovely shot. That's probably going to go away for 4, and it will. Well, Zwilling, who hasn't had much of the strike in the last couple of overs, gets that one away for 4, as you can see there on your screens. Smacked away. Just the last few overs, Willing's been a little bit of a pedestrian, really. Got stuck at the non-striker's end after a positive start. It's her 4th boundary now, looking the goods. This time pulled away straight to mid-wicket, so that'll be a dot ball. Good come back, and that'll be the over, actually. So good little spell so far from Chan, picking up the wicket of Callis and keeping her own economy just under 6s. Another over complete here at Kampong Cricket Club. The score currently is a pretty healthy 48 for 1. Be interesting to see who Hong Kong turn to here. Looks like it will be another bowling change. This will be Ka Ying Chan. So maybe Ka Man Chan and Ka Ying Chan related. I'll have to find that out for you during the break. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit more spin here, and I like the look of that bowling run up. This could be a bit of left arm tweakers. Oh, you bet it is. And Delata gets funky straight away. Well, they didn't have a 45 in place, so she goes for the lap sweep, and that's going to go away for a couple. They should run 3 here at least. Here comes the throw. They will get 3. And here comes the throw. The bowler's end. Well, the bowler's not watching. We've got it. This could be a 4. Could be a 5 here. I don't think I've ever commentated an all-run 5. Oh, that would have been exciting. That would have broken the barriers. 4 runs, all run, and the fatigue would be setting in. I don't think I've seen it on T20I level or all run 5. That would have been exciting. I've seen on ECN level an all run 6. And that's the ball went to the keeper, that delivery. Join us live on the ECN tomorrow from Cyprus. So that ball's flied and pulled away. Lovely shot through backward square leg for a single. Yeah, ECN cricket sometimes can offer you some of the most beautiful videos you'll ever see, but a bit of fun there in this T20I. Yeah, Carrie Chan, Coming Chan with the ball. 27, left arm wrist spin, 79 T20I wickets, and an economy of 4 and an average of 11. So doing something right with the ball in hand. That one's dragged down though, and just watching the umpires here. Well, not signalled a wide and not signalled a no ball. I think Zwilling not too pleased with that call. She'll get on with it though. Look forward to watching her open the bowling later as well. Very, very good with the new ball. That one's flied it up, and well, it's hit over mid-wicket. There is a deep sort of square in mid-wicket and a deep mid-on, but they'll get back for 2. This is one part about the Dutch women's team and the Dutch men's team as well. They run extremely well between the wickets. 2 more to the total. That hit nicely down to mid-on, so Zwilling looking extremely good here today. Has the 2 T20I 50s. They were scored last year in the series versus Ireland and Scotland. Obviously, he's reinvented her batting in the last few years to be promoted to the top order. Flighted delivery, and Delata comes down, hits that handsomely. That might be 4. It is 4. Lovely shot from Delata. She's the cornerstone of this team, coming out at number 3. You saw earlier in the over the lap for 3 runs, well 4 runs, sorry, and then the charge down for 4, just showing that she's a 360 player, as another over is complete at the Hong Kong Sports Stadium. At the Kampong Sports Stadium, I should say. So 4 more to that total. It does look like we're in that middle phase now where it's going to be a lot of spin bowling from both ends. Haven't seen too much assistance for the bowlers. Looks like a fairly true wicket, that's for sure. Flighted ball, well fielded from mid-wicket. Picks it up, fangs it in. That's brilliant fielding there. And they're going to get an overthrow. Just the fumble from the keeper. That was Mariko Hill at mid-wicket. Looks like a fielder. Really good fielding, just unfortunate fumble from the keeper, so they do get a single in the end. Cut away, bit of spin on that, good bit of fielding also. I think Hong Kong have been impressive so far. They don't seem overawed by the occasion, obviously versing a team above them on the T20I rankings by quite some distance. That's pushed nicely into that space there. Another good bit of fielding. They've thrown those bodies around so far, Hong Kong, and holding their own. They'd love to get rid of Zwilling here. High in the air, pocket of space though again. They should get two here. Delator's quick, and yeah, we'll call Zwilling through. So two more to the total. Not out the middle from Zwilling, but in the direction she'd hoped for. Yeah, Netherlands women talking about their sort of ranking. 15th in the world at the moment. We're in the UAE earlier this year. Had a very good win over Zimbabwe in that qualifier, but unfortunately weren't able to progress. That one's hit to Hill at mid-wicket. Oh, I can't get round to it, just a single. Yeah, for Hong Kong, 22nd in the world. 7 game difference. Their last game was a few months ago. They played Thailand women, where they lost sort of the final there, but had some good wins over Bhutan and the Maldives. Brilliant batting from Delator. Well, she calls for two straight away. Not too sure Zwilling wants it, and they'll just have to settle for the one. So the partnership blossoming here. As another over complete. They are getting through their overs pretty quickly. Zwilling has moved on to 28. Delator on 16. Partnership already of 24. It looks like we will have another bowling change, and this is a bowler I've heard a lot about and looking forward to seeing how she goes live here. Very talented cricketer for Hong Kong. It's going to be Mariko Tabitha Hill. So, for people that don't know much about Mariko Tabitha Hill, playing her cricket out for Middlesex at the moment. Genuine star of this team. Finally get to have a look, and that's cut. Oh, it's dropped. Well, that would have been one of the better catches. Brilliant fielding at deep cover point, and I hope the fielder at point is okay, because that was laced. That would have been an unbelievable catch. Let's see you there at point, and they're going to get an overthrow here as well. So just got to hold on to that ball, but I hope she's okay at point, because that was hit extremely hard. Tabitha Hill almost had the golden touch there. Better delivery, full, driven beautifully through cover, and the fielder dives sprawlingly to their left. That's going to go all the way, I'd imagine. No, hold the phone, haven't commentated in a while. Should never call it too early. Two more to the total. Yeah, Tabitha Hill, obviously, playing at Middlesex at the moment. He's in the 100 draft as well. A batting average of 22 in national cricket. Bowls handy, 21 wickets also. He's also in the IPL auction list for India, so making a career for herself. Great to have her on the Dutch shores, and surprised to see her so late. Would have thought maybe with the new ball with this pace. Big appeal. Probably sliding down the leg side. Yeah. Obviously a player of high calibre, and you'd imagine will lead the line for this team with bat and ball. Well played from Delator, but tell you what, this Hong Kong team's been pretty impressive in the field. Besides maybe 2 or 3 overthrows, the ground fielding's been exceptional so far. Yeah, recently in the T20 versus the Maldives, 100 not out. So bowling here, but look out for her with the bat. 66 not out against the Tanzania women not too long ago. 56 against the Bhutan women. Looking forward to watching her bat a little bit later. Shorter ball this time, pulled nicely through forward square leg. And just be the one. Delator may be a little bit frustrated, didn't hit the gap there. Dutch have a very good platform this time around. That's one thing I know their new coach, Neil McRae, after coaching the Jersey national men's team and running the program there for 10 years, has come across and he'd be happy with what he's seeing so far. Nice shot, really nice shot. It's in a big pocket of space, and that's a brilliant shot from Mira Swilling, sort of a straight bat pull. Delator could only find backward square leg the previous ball. Not this time for Zwilling, who finds it a little bit more forward and gets it away for 4. Nice shot, ends another over. The Dutch, you'd have to say, in control at the moment in Kampong Cricket Club. As Zwilling moves her account into the middle 30s. This is probably in that middle phase where you're just dying for a wicket, any sort of wicket here. Just not open and end up, but maybe help force a couple of dot balls. Zwilling has moved on to 35 not. Delator's on 18 not out. 10 overs complete. 71 on the board, so tracking towards middle 142, 145, but I reckon with 9 wickets in hand they'll want more than that. So looks like left arm tweaker Chan's going to come bowl from the pavilion end. Gets away with that one. Slightly wide, little tilt of the head from the standing official saying no, that's crept inside the tram line. Nice feet down the ground, hits it straight to the fielder there, Mariam. At mid-off, just 1 run to the total. Gets that one to drop a little bit. Just the dot ball. This is probably where Zwilling, I'd like to see no 45 in place, no square leg. Sort of get a little bit funky here, a little lap shot or any sort of sweeps. Any bat on it's guaranteed 2. Something that if she can add that to her game in the next couple of years becomes even more difficult to bowl to. Just finding the fielder a couple of times here. I think if Delator was on strike, we'd probably get a little bit more adventurous. Good strike rate though for Zwilling, 34 off 28 in this inning so far. Oh, that's a big flighted delivery, toe-ended really. Just beat the single, missed out on that one also. So Delator back on strike. Oh, that's bounced just before the bat twice, so that should be called a no ball, and it is called a no ball. I'm just waiting for confirmation from the square leg umpire. Getting that one all wrong, so free hit time. The immunity cloak. So that's hit away to the leg side. And looks like we've cracked the 1,000 viewers. We'll take that. Thank you, everybody out there supporting the cause. If you do want to follow this beautiful cricket club, Kampong Cricket Club, in the heart of Utrecht in the Netherlands. As it looks like the players will get a well-earned drink break at the halfway stage. Interesting sort of contest so far, but I think the Netherlands, with their nose ahead, only 1 wicket down. And for Hong Kong, I think they've fielded extremely well against a very dangerous team. So 10 overs down here. Score currently 78 for 1. Welcome back after a little bit of a delay there. Even the commentator sometimes has to go and get himself a drink. Good to be back at the halfway stage. 76 for 1 is the score. Callis that is, was dismissed a little bit earlier. Caught by an amazing catch by Mariam, actually, off the bowling of Chan for 12 off 12. Delators 25 off 25. Zwilling 35 off 29. We've got 10 overs to go in this one. The field is spread, and you can understand that. Only the 1 wicket so far. This Hong Kong team's looked impressive in the field, but they'd love to pick up a wicket or two here in this middle phase. Back to the action and pushed into the offside. And that's one feature of Delators' game I really do enjoy. Very good touch player, both sides of the wicket. 26 not out so far. I think I mentioned a little bit earlier also, yet to be dismissed in the Dutch home summer for the women's team. 2 not outs against the Netherlands. Against the Italy, sorry. And was player of the series. Nice shot from Zwilling on the rise to the left of mid-off, and they'll get through for another single. So a pair of ones to kick-start us after the mini drinks break. Like the look of Hill. Good strong action. Really looking forward to watching her bat a little bit later, the Middlesex product. Good bowling again, just tying up Delator for a little bit of room. Delator loves to scamper down the wicket, get deep in the crease, you name it. But Hill up for the challenge. I think best case scenario here, Hong Kong restrict the Netherlands to potentially 140 and have a good power play, you never know. Would be a pretty good big upset, you'd have to say. They've been here for a while. They've played a couple of warm-up games against the Dutch A and been training every single day so far this tour. Oh, that's hit beautifully out to deep square leg. Going to fall short of the fielder. They might go 2 on the throw here. Well, what do I know? That is a cannon of an arm. Good throw out there. Really good fielding. That's Sahar. Gets that one away for 1. So, a couple of singles to start us off after the drink interval. That's a low full toss. That might be more than a single. No, it won't. That'll just be another one. Good bit of running. Thought that was going to get past mid-on, but just a single. And this is exactly what Hong Kong will be hoping for. A couple of singles. Don't give the boundary away. Hills bowling tidy over. Well supported by the fielding unit. If they can somehow pick up the wicket here, especially if it's willing, might be able to stop this run rate. Shorter ball, toe-ended, misfield, and that's what we're talking about, these little moments. Got to be careful. Just a toe end to point. There was a bit of yes, no, maybe, but they'll get through for another one. So, the old traditional picket fence that over. Plenty of singles galore. Is willing. Potentially on her way to a third T20I 50. Be her third in the last year, really, since reinventing herself as a top order batter. Babette Delata really enjoying this Dutch summer with the bat. Remarkably, still yet to be dismissed. 122 runs she made against Italy. On 28 here. So it's already the 150 without being dismissed for Delata. Quite impressive. That's well flighted, and that's something I was talking about last over. If you play that sweep shot, it's a safe shot at the moment with no sort of 45 square leg or anyone in that vicinity. So good to see Zwilling get a bit funky there. They will adjust the field to delay it. It's good captaincy. Mid-wicket will go to 45. Down the ground, and oh, that's a really tight single. Great aggressive running. You can see the energy from this Hong Kong fielding unit though. All 5 fielders in the ring charging in to try and stop that one. Flighted delivery. Hit hard, shouts a 2. I don't think so though. Just another one. This has been good since the drinks break from Hong Kong. Not giving much away here. Obviously these 2 batters are in, but gets that one wrong. It's going to be signalled a wide. Gets away with that though. Good to hear plenty of encouragement out there as well. They're right up for this, Hong Kong. Down the ground, pushed into a pocket of space. That'll just be another single. So Delata, pretty happy to go about her business at a run of ball here. She's 29 of 29. Zwilling a little bit faster, 37 of 31. Last ball of the 12th over. Again, more adjustments to this field. Oh, God, big appeal. There's a big appeal, and it looks like dismissed. Well, we'll have to have a closer look. I can't go back on the replay, but if you can, we'll figure out exactly what's gone on there. Pretty sure it must have been stumped, I think. Looking at the shot, we were experimenting with the slightly wider view. Let's have a closer look. You can go back on your YouTube stream. There's a big sweep. I think the ball's trickled onto the off stump. And in the end, Zwilling will have to go 37 off 32, batted really well. They'll be disappointed to get out now and not enjoy the last few overs. And a spirited display from Hong Kong right now. Fielding well. Since the drinks break, have only given up a couple of singles and picked up the big wicket, but well done to Iris Zwilling, 37 off 32. Looks like she's really made that opening spot her own in the last year or so. Brings Robin Reich to the crease, plays her cricket at a quick cricket club for many years. Talented all-rounder, has a bit of a shoulder injury at the moment, so you won't see her with the ball in hand. We didn't get to see her against the Azzurri either, of Italy, but with the bat, very, very good player at number 4. Credit to the bowler as well. I think Chan's bowled really well. Left arm, wrist spinners. Flights that one, clipped away. A bit of yes, no, maybe direct hit could be trouble, but Robin Reich is pretty quick between the wickets. That'll just be 1 run and a successful over for Hong Kong, who break that impressive partnership that was built around for the 2nd wicket. Robin Reich off the mark now as well. Always a nice feeling to get the first one away. So 83 for 1 after 12. We still got a fair amount of time, a good healthy 8 overs to go here. Looks like they'll try and keep that momentum swing going here. Hill will continue for Hong Kong. Guess that one a little bit wrong. Nice shot from Robin Reich, who just clips it gorgeously around the corner, and that'll go for 4. Yeah, it will. Brilliant batting. Low full toss. Didn't look to overhit it, did Reich. Just clipped it nicely. That one shot away for 4. First boundary since the drink interval also. Just goes to show, don't always have to try and wallop it around. Just time the ball. These kookaburras do fly off the surface. Oh, top edge. It's going to balloon over the keeper. A little bit of luck this time for Reich. Good work from the keeper. That's a Hui Ying Shung with the gloves in hand. Tracks back and just kept it to 1. Looks like they're going to actually have a little bit of a concussion test here as well. This is just protocol. That ball was top edge and it actually ballooned off Robin Reich's helmet. So they'll have to do the protocol. George Dunlop, the physio for the Dutch team. You'll see him there. That's a good straight shot. Just come out, run the protocol. Probably say to Robin Reich, what day is it? Hopefully she knows it's a Monday. Not too sure what they got up to on the weekend. Probably training, but probably the standard questions. What day is it? Where are you playing? What are you doing? Actually, I've never been in a concussion protocol test, but would like to know. Hopefully it's not general knowledge questions, because then I might struggle. That will be Mr. Dunlop, George, done for the day. Good man. He's been helping Dutch cricket for many years, George, with the men's and the women's team. Big part of the KNCB cricket community. Back to the action and another top ball. I just think what I'm seeing from Hong Kong has been mighty impressive. That's pushed into the offside. Good batting from Delata. Just one more who continues on an amazing run of not being dismissed. Reich really has come out here and timed the ball quite nicely to start her innings. There's going to be one more to deep backward square leg. Good to see. Quite a lot of people are tuning in for this as well. That's what I'm hearing from around the traps, wanting to watch all the Dutch cricket action. Obviously, these games mean a lot to these players. Always playing for your country is an honour. Oh, big shout of no ball from the umpire. So we're going to get a free hit here. Hill just overstepping. That'd be a little bit frustrating. So good to have so many people. We've got 1,141 people watching us now. And, well, they're going to watch us for a free hit. Obviously, Rabeen Reich will be hopefully trying to hit this for a boundary. Nice shot, hits it over cover. She'll get down for one, and they'll get back for two. It's a pretty good arm, actually, from deep cover, but they'll get back for the two in the end. So, two more to the total. I guess the one thing that the Netherlands will definitely be happy about is they haven't lost wickets in clumps, and that's definitely something Neil McRae, the Dutch coach, will be wanting to instill in this team as they try and make World Cups and go to plenty of qualifiers in the next few years. That's another over complete as well out here. So starting to get to that crescendo end of the innings where you expect to see some boundaries and a lot of hard running between the wickets. Looks like we're going to get another bowling change. That's one thing I've been quite impressed with Hong Kong. Not afraid to swing the changes, really. I think the scoring graphic's gone down just a little bit on your screens there. I'll try to get an update for you when I can. I'm going to go back to Urka Sahar with the ball. Right arm fast bowler. So a couple of running changes. To the field, here we go. Funky time. Well, gets it sort of off the skewed back of the bat, but it doesn't matter. Delader gets funky, gets four. That might be your shot of the day. It's a low full toss. Delader is in a rich vein of form. Cousin of Buster Later, who's at the World Cup right now that just ended for the men's side. I'm sure we'll see them back again soon, but right now the focus is on this very talented women's team, this women's player. Bette Later just doesn't miss out. What a summer she is having. After maybe a lean summer last year, admittedly, probably didn't get the runs she wanted against Scotland and Ireland, has really looked good in the game so far. Almost put the commentator's curse on her there. Great comeback delivery there from Ikra Sahar. Well bowled. That's one thing. This Hong Kong team's just been on it the whole time. Yes, there have been moments of good batting, but they seem to be on top of them for majority with their energy and in the field. They are not dropping their head, and it's great to see. Shorter ball. That's going to get away from the keeper, unfortunately. This will be bonus runs for the Netherlands. Delayed is quick. They'll get back. That'll be 3 wides total. It's just as soon as you start saying good things, bad things tend to happen. Unfortunately, that's 3 gifted runs. Good strong run up on this young bowler. Pulled nicely, really nice shot. That could be another 4. It is another 4. Delader is on fire here. Beautiful Kampong Cricket Club here in sunny Utrecht. I do say sunny with a bit of a twang in my voice because I can tell you what, this Dutch summer, when I was looking at the forecast last week for these games, I thought we we're going to have 4 washouts. So I'm very, very thankful that we've got the sun out today for this game. Hopefully the weather gods are good to us in the next 2 days. If you don't know what our fixtures are, we are again tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then on Wednesday, we have 2 more T20Is between these 2 teams. So it's a 4-match series in total. Plenty of good opportunities for all of these players who have been listed in the squads. As Delata now drives beautifully. Good fielding from mid-off, who gets around, is able to cut it to 1. I'll try and get a score update for you. I know that the graphics seem to have frozen a little bit. See if I can get you an update, but I think right now the Netherlands in pretty good control out there. So that's going to be a dot ball. Do bear with me. I might go for a little bit of a wander at the end of this over and try and find the score graphics. Oh, what a shot that is from Reich. And oh, it's blown through the fielder out there. That's going to go for 4. Tell you what, since Reich has come out to the middle, she has timed the ball magnificently, really given this innings a bit of an oomph at the back end. A productive over for the Netherlands, who are here at the moment in the Netherlands on their home turf, batting beautifully. They'll be very happy indeed. I'll try and get you a score update quickly. I know a couple of our match centre graphics have just frozen, it seems to me. See if I can find something for you. Okay, I'm back. Just had to poke my head out. My beautiful little commentary tent out here at 111 for 2 with 5 overs to go. Looks like a bet to later on. Plenty of runs also, maybe on 37 not out. That one's edged away. It should just be a single. Has been a feature of this innings so far, the running between the wickets. 112 now with 29 balls left. I think you'd still want to get 150 plus, definitely. Nice shot again from Reich, who's looked really good off her legs today. It's clipped anything too straight. And, oh, aggressive running. Oh, no. Oh, bit of yes, no, maybe. Not out in the end. That must have been close. The throw will come to the bowler's end, but oh boy, I think for a brief moment, Rupine Wright called Delata through for 2, hesitated just in time enough for Delata to get back. Sprawling dive. A great bit of fielding once again from this Hong Kong team. They've been marvellous in the field, I think, so far. That one just slipping down the leg side. That'll be called a wide from our official. The umpires obviously been very good as well. Haven't had to make too many big calls just yet. Long series to go though. It's really heating up actually out here in Utrecht. Great to feel some warmth. It's been a cool sort of week leading up to these matches with plenty of rain, but also not a very warm June so far. So a lot of credit goes to the groundsmen and ground staff to get this game up and the ground looking so pristine. Full toss, hit away. Deep mid wickets out there though. They say 2. If there's a fumble, they'll go, but there isn't a fumble. Once again, good fielding. One just sneaking inside the tram line, so not a bad over this once again. I really liked the look of Merriam, Bibi Merriam that is. I think she's bowled pretty well overall. I think they've got a nice sort of array of bowlers the Hong Kong team as well. A couple of spinners in there, left arm spinner and right arm spinners. Reich favours that shot through backward square leg, sort of a standing sweep almost, and she'll go for 2 this time. She's quick between the wickets and she'll get back for pretty quick too. Good running. That platform is set for this last 4 overs. I expect the Dutch to really enjoy themselves. Still plenty of batting to come also for the Netherlands. Edged, oh, it flies away. You can see the despair for Hong Kong. As they look like tight to this. If it's a good throw, Reich might be in trouble. It is a good throw. Brilliant fielding once again, but unfortunately, Daswani can't hit the stumps direct from deep third. There'll be 2 more to the total. A little bit of luck that time for the Netherlands, but the score continues on. That's 16 overs complete now. Rabin Reich moves on to 18. Babette Delader, 41 not out. Still not out. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? I think I've mentioned it a few times. 122 runs not out in the previous series. He had 41 to that. 163 runs not out to later. I don't think that's something that she'll be able to do too many times in her career. It's not easy to continuously just keep getting not out. So enjoy the form while you have it, because it does come in roundabouts. There's that sweep shot. Doesn't really get it out the middle. A little bit of a fumble. Delader's quick. She'll think about 2 here and calls through for it. Brilliant running. It was only a small fumble, and I tell you, a small fumble. Delader read the room and got back for 2. Flighted delivery, driven handsomely through the offside, but straight to cover. Pings it in just for the 1. So I've got Delader on 44. I'll try and confirm that for you just to make sure. Yeah, I'm getting a thumbs up from the scorer's tent. Staring down the barrel of yet another T20I 50. Shorter ball outside off. Reich, who's also looked really good since coming in, and they're going to get an overthrow. Now, this is probably the one thing I think the coaching staff for Hong Kong will look at overnight is they've thrown the ball in quite aggressively a few times where there's definitely no one backing up, and I don't think a direct hit there would have been out also. So sometimes you've got to know when to hold it. And probably 4 or 5 overthrows in this inning so far. Just one area they can definitely try and improve on a little bit. So that's hit beautifully down the ground. Made a good cannon off the bat, but it'll just be 1 for Reich. So the partnership once again blossoming. They just haven't been able to go bang bang in this innings, Hong Kong, so far. Oh, there's a flighted delivery. Not much pace to work with there as that's pushed just for 1. Hopefully the fielder's all right. Just a little bit stiffness, I think, for some of the fielders out there. First full international in quite some time. So Rabin Reich on 21. Babette Delader on 45. Make that 22, you'd imagine, for Reich. And I don't have the full scorecard in front of me, but I do think that Rabin Reich's definitely going over a runner ball. Another over complete here as we get to the back end of this first innings. Netherlands in control at the moment overall. The score is 133 for 2, 3 overs to go. Have to say, if they can go 10, 10 and 10, 163, you'd imagine they'll take. Not easy to do that. There's big boundaries out here at this Kampong Cricket Club. It's definitely something, and I think Hong Kong need to take into their batting innings. If they can run well between the wickets, maybe have a good power play, then you never know. So another bowling change. Reich smokes that to cover and sets off straight away. Throw comes in. They'll just get the one. Good single gets Delata back on strike. Staring down the barrel of another T20I 50 for her country. Been in red hot form. If she is to do it, would be her 4th international 50 in T20I form. It has 2 ODI 50s as well. Healthy average of 20 and decent strike rate, but this will be her 2nd 50 in the summer. And that shows the form she's been in. Maybe signal to wide from the umpire, just starting that one a little bit too wide. This is Siu with the ball in hand again, bowled well at the top end and coming to bowl at the death here. That one's pushed straight from Delata. Can't get that way. Reich will want 2 here. She's very quick indeed, but can't get back this time. So just the one. The throw comes in and good sportsmanship there. Just a bit of a giggle between the keeper and the batter. So that ball came in. Well bowled, really well bowled. There's an appeal. I don't think there was an edge. I didn't hear anything. Just a bit more of a what if. It was a big appeal, maybe a little bit of bat on ground, if anything. Good over so far, only the 2 coming off it. Right, tries to muscle that one, just can't get it away into a pocket of space. One more to the total. Not too sure. Look, I haven't seen too much of this Hong Kong batting lineup in the past or live, but a good power play, run well between the wickets. Anything can be chaseable. There's a good outfield as well. Really you're getting value for your shots today. Shot, and that is right on cue. Thank you, Delata, who reads the room, cuts that away for 4 and continues some seriously good form. Another 50. Babette Delata yet to be dismissed in the Dutch home summer. She went 82 not out against the Azzurri of Italy, 40 not out against Italy to follow it up. And then here again today, brings up a marvellous 50 with that cut shot once more. 172 runs without being dismissed in the summer. That's your highlight, KNCB. I'm sure the social media groups will be snapping that one up and getting more about Delata out there. She's just batting fantastically. This one will be a 1 down the ground. So productive over. You find that 1 boundary in the over, you mix it with a lot of singles. All of a sudden it goes at +10s. We've got 2 overs to go. As the Netherlands just pulling away a little bit. So 2 overs left. Delata still there. Full toss, crunched. That might go all the way. It does. It's 6 runs. The first 6 of this T20I series. It was a big full toss and Delata is just in song here. Great form. Not going to miss out on that. And it's the first Maximo of this T20I series. And obviously it's party time for Delata. When you're out there, you're +50. There's 11 balls left in the innings. It's really time to open that shoulder up, clear the front leg and hit it to the trees. That's what she did there. One sneaking down the leg side. You can see what the bowler's thinking there. Ikra Sahar just trying to cramp her for room and nail that Yorker, just getting it a little bit wrong. Just dragged down a little bit for a wide. So that's already 8 off this over. We've still got 5 balls to come here. Deleda on 51. Rabeen Reich's played exceptionally well as well. She's on 24. These two have already put on 55 actually. So the 6 and the couple of wides takes these two past the 50-run partnership as well. That snuck up on us. Fuller delivery, well played from Deleda. Good comeback delivery. Here comes the throw, and this is where they need to just be a little bit more careful, Hong Kong. I think their ground fielding's been exceptional. I think overall their movement has been exceptional, but sometimes just throwing it when they don't need to. There was never going to be a run out and no one backing up, obviously, because they're on the boundary. So an extra run to the total. That's going to bring Deleda back on strike. Cut beautifully. 4. Save your legs. What a shot. Well, you can clip anything in the last 10 minutes of Deleda's innings here. She is on song, batting beautifully. It's not the worst ball you'll ever see. It's a little bit short. It's a little bit wide outside the off stump. But she has this beautiful tenacity to hit that cut shot hard and down. And really showing a full array of strokes here. Yeah. It sort of feels like this whole innings has been building to this crescendo where the Dutch were just maybe lacking the big over. Well, it feels like the big over has arrived. I think that's probably the first play and miss I've seen of Babette Deleda all summer. That's the sort of form she's been in. Great comeback from the bowler. Never easy to come in and bowl at the death, especially when you have players that are in. And you've got to be brave as a cricketer to say that you want to bowl at that stage, and credit to young Ikra Sahar, who is bowling at the death here. Oh, that is laced. What a shot. Deleda smacked that for 6. She came down the crease and just swatted it again. 2 huge 6s in the over, a 4-through point. This is turning out to be a massive over for the Netherlands. Deleda is on a heater. That's an amazing stroke. Well, she might be on track now to potentially beat her highest score, which she only made a couple months ago, if not only a month ago, I believe it was. Happened to be on the air where she made 82 not out against Italy. That was a really marvellous innings. And it was a quick fire 82 as well. Can she go big once more? She cuts it nicely. Rabeen Reich reads the room well and gets the single. Of course she does. As that is the over. And Deleda will keep strike once more. As the score is really ballooning out now. That big over just changes the complexion of things a little bit. As the Netherlands, they move on to a very healthy 161 for 2 after 19. Deleda, 73 not out. That innings against Italy not long ago, she made 82 off 42 with 10 fours at Hermes Cricket Club in sort of the Schiedam area, south of Holland. Right now, she is motored along, especially at the back end here. 2 big 6s in this innings. She's on 73. If she can score 10 runs off her own bat, she'll make her new highest score for the country. Driven nicely, well fielded. Here comes the throw though, and it's hit. Wow, brilliant fielding. Well, that's going to end it. Deleda has to go. That is a fantastic run out, considering all that's been going on in the last few overs. Deleda will have to go. It was hit so hard to mid-off. I believe that might have been Hill there at mid-off. I'll have to confirm for you. But Deleda will be dismissed for the very first time this summer. But It's at the back end of a marvellous innings. In the end, a couple of sixes, 73 off 53. But if we keep following her, she'll get a warm round of applause, you'd imagine, from the Dutch cricket fraternity that have rocked up to watch this game, and also her teammates, of course, and coaching staff. They'll be very pleased. Top innings from Babette Delata, 73-53. There you go. Warm round of applause. Has done a fantastic job and put her team in a very strong position. So we get back to the action. But what a fantastic bit of fielding that was. Five balls remaining. That'll be a dot ball. So a good start to this last over as Rabeen Reich is on strike. She got to the other end when they set off for that one. And to confirm, it was Mariko Tabitha Hill with the throw. It was a brilliant bit of fielding because it was hit so hard. Reich smacks it at Hill. Seriously good fielding. Oh, I wish I could get that on your cameras. It's just off screen, but that is brilliant fielding from Tabitha Hill. Saved a couple of runs in this last over. Does welcome for the first time today. Malcolm Bohr will get a little bit of a cameo at the back end. Never easy to come in for 2-3 deliveries after watching such a big partnership, but gets an opportunity here. And starts well. Nice straight drive. I think Reich will come back for two. Nice signs there from Malcolm Bohr, who probably been sitting there with the pads on for quite some time, and that's why it is difficult to just come out after maybe thinking won't get a chance. A quick little cameo. Always a nice confidence builder. Oh, full toss. Hits it well. There is a deep mid-wicket out there. Maybe hit it a little bit too well. Only get a single. So we're right to the back end now of this innings. Netherlands are going to have more than a competitive total. They'll fancy themselves to win this game. We'll have to wait and see. High in the air. What a shot from Reich, who gets it over the offside. It plugs a little bit on the surface. Hill's out there to do the mopping up. Big calls of three. I don't think they'll get three this time. Just the two to Reich, who has played a really good innings at number 4. Really enjoyed this. Come out and batted beautifully, and that will take us to the end of the very first innings. It means the Netherlands will end on 168 for 3. A really competitive display, you'd have to say. It was set up from the top order. Partnerships throughout. Overall, Zwilling 40 off 35. Delata stood out the most, 74 off 53, and Reich with the 25 off 19 not out. I think those three obviously helped the team get up to 168 for 3 with the bowling. I think everyone tried their best. Actually pretty impressed with the two Chans, who both took up 1 for 26 and 1 for 22 respectively. That's Kaiman Chan and also Ka Ying Chan. Hill bowled well, 3 overs, none for 25 without reward. But overall, that is the completion of the first innings. So do join us back in a little over 15 to 20 minutes for the second innings. Bye for now. Hello everybody and welcome back to the sunny Netherlands. Nice to say those words for one of the first times in the summer really, as we've been blessed with a good day of weather. Got some news to report also about tomorrow's game. I'll mention this a few times later as well so people know that it has been moved to 11 a.m. to avoid an afternoon shower. Just been informed. So tomorrow's game, the second T20I between these countries, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. But for now, we're focusing on the second innings of the first T20I. Really impressive batting display overall. 168 for 3 from the Dutch ladies, 40 for Zwilling, Deleda 74 and Rabeen Reich 27 off 20. Overall, it was an impressive display. But we're out there now. Batters have made their way to the middle. Ira Zwilling's got the ball in hand. We're all set to go in the run chase. And we will start with a dot ball, a little bit of a play and miss, as it is Miles taking the first ball. The skipper, Natasha Miles that is. She'll need to get herself in and try and enjoy this power play as much as possible. Played plenty of good cricket in her career, Miles. That's clipped beautifully off the bottom hand. Straight to backward square for a single off the mark. Yeah, Natasha Miles, illustrious career. Obviously playing for Hong Kong at the moment, been involved before with Middlesex, Otago, Surrey, to name a few. Averages 28 with the stick and a healthy strike rate of 90 as well. So we'll have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, you'd imagine, in this run chase. As that has been driven beautifully. First ball, but it's been spilled by Stur Callis. It would have been an unbelievable catch. Bursting through the hands. That's Hill as the opening partner as well. So you've got two very experienced players at number 1 and 2 for Hong Kong. And if they are going to go close in this chase, you'd imagine it'll be up to those two. Hit hard straight to mid-on. Just a single. Sorry, not a single. I don't know what I was watching. It's been a while since I've been on the air. Just a dot ball, I was meant to say. Zwilling looking for her first wicket today. Another lovely drive. They're going to go quickly. Direct hit's trouble. It is a direct hit and it's gone. It's not just trouble. That could be a huge moment early in this game. Brilliant bit of fielding from mid-off. She set off straight away, but wasn't to be. Caroline DeLange with the throw from mid-off. Knocks the stumps down, and that's a massive wicket in the context of this game. They'll be devastated, Hong Kong. A class player obviously has to depart early, and a brilliant bit of fielding overall. Nothing better than a run out as a fielding unit to get the team together and get the spirits high, but the first one does go. And that'll be disappointment, obviously, there. For the opening batter, Miles just set off on the hit a little bit. It was a nice shot, but yeah, hit it too well, if anything, to try and poach a single. Did go straight to DeLange at mid-off. So big wicket early, and it's a run out. Not one that you were expecting. That one's going to sneak down the leg side. So that does put a little bit of extra pressure on Hill, who is facing up. Pushed into the offside. Just a dot ball. Nice start from Zwilling. There's a wicket in the over, even though it wasn't hers. It's the team's, and that's all that matters. Hong Kong, unfortunately for them, they're going to be 3 runs on the board and 1 wicket down already. So I guess the question is, in this game, can Hong Kong muster something up probably in this first 6 overs, in this power play? If they can get anywhere near 50, maybe they're going to give themselves a shot. So it looks like bowling from the pavilion end. Obviously, I like this bowler quite a lot because I've seen a lot of her in the last sort of year or so. Hannah Land here, look out for her in the field as well later. She's a bit of a whippet out there, got a really good arm, but with the ball, one of the quicker bowlers in this Dutch setup. It's driven nicely through backward point though. It's a lovely start to the innings. Brilliant shot, and that might just have been reined in. I reckon that's going to be only the 2 runs in the end. What a nice shot from Shazad. He gets an opportunity here at number 3 early on. Lovely drive. Oh, bit of an appeal. Looks like it's come off the leg, the umpire signalling down the leg side. That Shazad, the batter, not too pleased with that one. Thinking that was a little bit further down the leg side. Should have been called a wide. Respectfully played and pushed back. So look out with this Dutch bowling lineup. They've got plenty of options. That's one thing I know that their coach Neil McRae likes to have. Obviously, Rabeen Reich won't be bowling with a little bit of a shoulder issue that she's got for the summer, but look out for Frederick Overdyke. Obviously, DeLange with her leg spin as well. Come into the attack maybe at the end of the power play. Nice drive, really nice cricket stroke, and there's a misfield from DeLange this time, who affected the run out in the previous over. This time, lets that one through just for a single. Yeah, they've got plenty of bowling options, and you'd imagine they'll share it round. Meryl Deckling named in this lineup as well. Silver Seegers. So it'll be interesting to see Delaida's captaincy. I think against Italy a month ago really did change the bowling around quite a lot. It was very effective indeed. Shot. Lovely shot. Just leans on that sort of back foot drive. They should go 2 there. They're going to settle on the 1. Yeah, it's a decent throw, but it's such a long throw. I think you just got to back yourself to get back for 2, but positive signs, nice shot. Been some nice shots so far. It's just a shame about that run out. Really, that does hurt them quite a lot. One into the offside. They'll just get through for another single. Nice start from Land here. He's got some genuine pace. And that will end the second over. So plenty of singles around, some nice shots overall. But we need to see some boundaries soon enough, don't we? Zwilling will continue here, and expect Zwilling sometimes to bowl 3 at the top. They, from one end, will operate with Zwilling to go 3 and then operate the other bowlers from the other end and use the array of spinners. Malcolm as well. Look out for her with some right arm off spin when the time is right. So Shazad on strike. Plenty of noise out there. Can they get a partnership going? Well bowled, really well bowled from Zwilling. It's full, straight, just missing the off stump. She'll always get a little bit of movement as well. A traditional outswing bowler. It's probably one of very few cricketers around the world who is a genuine opening bowler and a genuine opening bat these days. And double barrel, double threat. Dot ball. Yeah, I can't, off the top of my head, think of many other cricketers that open the batting and open the bowling for their country. I know Shane Watson did it a few times for the Australians, but of late, top of my head, I can't really think of anyone. That one, slight appeal. I think there's a bit of bat in this and signalled from the umpire. But yeah, if you're listening in and you can somehow contact me, if you don't know me, crutgers_28 on Instagram, or if you do know me, send me a WhatsApp. Yeah, I wonder if there's many other cricketers that open the batting and open the bowling for their country as regularly as Iris Zwilling. Maybe one of the Bryce sisters for Scotland. Yeah, tough. Another dot ball. This is my worry here for Hong Kong. I know it's a big chase, and I know the odds are against them, but just would love to see a lot of positive intent in the first 6 overs. You never know if you don't go. Pushed into the offside. Another dot ball. Throw comes zinged in. Good keeping from Delator. Good over this from Zwilling. Barely giving anything away. Looks like a small delay here, not too sure. Maybe just checking how many balls have been bowled for the over. There we go. What a good shot that is over the leg side. It's going to probably plug. No, it will get a little bit of kick as well, and it will go for 4. So a nice shot. Good running between the wickets if it did plug, so they were going hard. Doesn't matter. It does trickle into the rope, and a much needed boundary for Hong Kong. Zwilling, disappointed. Could have maybe bowled a maiden there. Got a little bit straight, but a really nice shot from Shazad. As that does end the 3rd over, and this is where we're going to see spin already. Delanga coming into the attack, and this is why I think Babette delayed a very similar sort of captaincy style to Scott Edwards, who loves ringing the changes in early as well, and does a really good job at keeping the opposition guessing, and not afraid to bowl spinners early. It's something that I think in this world game of T20I cricket, the spinners coming into the game early always offer something a little bit different. It's a little bit of an inside edge onto the pad. Big shouts of 2. Now, no 45 in place, so they should get back for a very simple 2, and Hill will return on strike. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? When T20 cricket came around many years ago, people thought, well, this isn't a game for the spinners, and now you see teams play 2 or 3 of them, and they're bringing them on earlier and earlier. Spin really is a big part of this format. Cut nicely straight to the fielder. Having a look at this field, looks like we've got 2 sweepers on the leg side, deep backward square, deep middle wicket, and then basically a giant ring on the offside. That's a sweep shot, and that will bring into picture one of those fielders at deep back square. That's Land here. She is rapid. Easily the quickest, I think, out of all the Dutch fielders. So, Delata maybe just wanting to see how much purchase in this wicket early as well by bringing on Delanga early. One defended respectfully. I think Delanga, out of all the spinners in this Dutch line as well, probably gives it the biggest rev. That right arm leg spin really does spin it from right to left. Oh, big appeal. Just a little bit of a bat on ground. That required rate is already ballooning up to something you'd imagine would be a bit insurmountable. Oh, that's a big appeal. I think this might be dead. It's been given. It is. Delanga knew straight away. It looked straight. It looked full. The sweep shot might have been on, but if you don't get bat on it, only bad things can happen. And in the end, the second wicket will go down. The Netherlands streaking ahead in the first T20I of this 4-match series. Delanga kept it full, kept it straight. Maybe got it to straighten down the line a little bit. Difficult to tell from my angle, but did the job. So, new player coming out to the crease under, you'd imagine, a fair bit of pressure here. Ka-Ying Chan is going to come out at number 4. Bowled well earlier today. And sometimes if you do bowl well and being an all-rounder, you can take that form into your batting innings. Won't be on strike here though, because that was the completion of the over, and it is going to be Iris Willing to bowl 3 in the power play, something the Dutch seem to do very often. Can Hong Kong start to get a bit of a partnership and some momentum in this innings? It's well bowled again from Zwilling. That is one thing from Iris Zwilling. She always keeps you honest. You very, very rarely see a dragged down short ball or a loose nut. Seems like every delivery is honing in at the stumps with a bit of shape or weight. Swatted down the ground. Well, you've got to make something of nothing. You can't just stand there and take ball after ball. What a lovely shot that is from Hill, who crunches that one away. Been in form for this national team of late. And it opens this over with a boundary after the dot. Recently made her first T20I 100. That was not that long ago. In fact, it was only 3 games ago for Hong Kong women. That one's well pushed into the offside, and well, it's misfielded there by Overdyke, so they'll get through for a single. Yeah, last 3 innings for the Hong Kong national team. Hill's been in some serious touch. 100 not out, 56 and 22. This was in Kuala Lumpur against the Maldives, Bhutan and Thailand. We had the Thailand women's team out here actually not that long ago. They were very, very competitive and highly enjoyable to watch. So with that single, it does give Chan an opportunity to be on straight. Left-hander batter, and it does mean the angles change a little bit in the field. Let's have a look. Looks like deep third, deep backward square, 2 boundary riders. Oh, good first nut to cop that. Well bowled. That one's pushed into the offside. Dot ball. So he's willing. Love to get a wicket here. Was a little bit unlucky, I guess, against Italy as well. Bowled well, but didn't get a big bag of wickets. Nice shot. Very nice shot off the legs to clip that to the leg side for 1. And that will end yet another over. So the Netherlands, at the moment, keeping things in check a little bit here at Kampong CC. 5 overs complete. Sorry, the score is 21 for 2. This partnership really needs to sort of make sure they get in, find the loose ball when they can and put it away to the boundary. Easier said than done. Land here coming back. So you can see the captaincy here from Overdyke. Land here bowls 1, then brings the spinner on, then brings Land here again. And you've really got to have your bowling group open to that idea as well, that you won't always get 2-3 over spells. Yes, Swilling does, but a lot of other players will bowl 1 or 2 and then change quickly. And sometimes it can be a match-up thing. Sometimes it can be a captaincy hunch. But I do like it. They're very productive and proactive, this team, the Netherlands. But don't count out Hong Kong just yet. They're here for a reason. A very good team in their own right. That's clipped nicely. Really nice sort of technique just to work that way for a single. Guess that's one thing as well. If you're not going to help find the boundary, at least 1 a ball. Just keep ticking. bowled. What a ball from Land here. Full, straight. Little bit of an inside edge, I think, on that one. And in the end, it's a massive wicket in the context of this game because it's a very dangerous player. We'll have to go back to the sheds. That'll be the end of Hill, and the Netherlands women's team pulling away a little bit here. That is 2 big wickets back in the sheds, both openers. And Shazad, the number 3, all gone early. And you'd imagine it would take a monumental effort from Hong Kong here to get back into this one. It's 3 wickets down. The first there for Land here. Delanga picked up one with the ball, also the run out. And just showing the changes that Delata has been making are all working at the moment. So Land here took it in. Plenty of noise out there. Still no slip, not a position you see too often in the T20 format. But if there was a bowler to have one, you would think Land here does have the most pace. It's driven. Callis with a little bit of a fumble there at cover. That'll be a dot ball. Yeah, so the 2 boundary riders currently at the moment, deep third and deep cover. One for more the edge or the steer down and one for the shot through the offside. Very thankful that we've been able to get a full game in today. Not something we've been able to say a lot in the Netherlands of late. Gets away, I think, with that one. That was a low full toss wide outside the off stump. Just wasn't able to catch up with it. Cash in for a boundary. Any bat on that would have been quite nice. Clipped into the leg side, and well, yes, no, maybe direct hits trouble. That'll be a single. So Lamplow off the mark. Just a little clip off the stumps for 1. Good to open up the account. 3 big wickets though, and a slow power play. You'll imagine this is going to be a very tough 14 overs outside the power play for Hong Kong. One will be a wide to the extras column. Well bowled again, full straight, and that's actually run well. Down through backward point. Can they double back for 2? No, they'll have to settle for 1 over Dyke with the mopping up at backward point. Top over from Land here. He just got it in the right spot more often than not. Picked up the big fish. She'll have 2 overs complete. 1 for 8. And the score at the end of the power play, it's all the orange of the Netherlands. The score is 24 for 3. Good to see people that have turned up to the ground today and watching some of the cricket action. It is a nice sunny day out here in Utrecht. So, looks like we're going to see Overdyke, who's been doing the fielding at backward point. Opportunity with the ball now. Right arm seam bowler, a little bit of a slingy sort of action, can get it to tail sort of into right-handers and away from left-handers on occasion because of that low arm action. Start with a wide. So I guess Hong Kong here. Just got to start looking at little targets and building towards that as quickly as possible. Deliveries like that, I know it's full, I know it's straight, but maybe instead of just defending, can look to drive it through the line and choose the moments to be brave. Don't think they'll get the 171, but maybe a 120, 130 still on the cards. There we go. I'm here for it. I enjoy it. Good shot. Hit over the top. It plugs on the outfield, unfortunately, though. Oh, I think on another day, it would have been 4, but unfortunately, it sort of just hit that outfield and just stopped. Chan with the low full toss, hit it quite nicely over mid-on, but just 2 to the total. A little bit of a delay as Chan just makes a bit of an adjustment to the gloves. Well batted, good pushing into the offside. That's what I want to see. If you do get that chance, drop the ones, keep ticking, and then the odd boundary comes, a little bit of luck. Maybe there'll be a 5 wides on occasion or an edge for 4 with a mix of beautiful shots in between, and just keep ticking along. Hasn't been the start they wanted, but they're a good enough team to make a good score here. Shot, nice shot into a big pocket of space. They'll think about 2, and it's a bit of yes, no, maybe, and this is probably one area where I think if the Netherlands were at the crease, they're running 2 there. So I'd love to see them be brave with the running as well. But better signs in this over from the 2 players out there. So showing some positive intent. Top ball this time. Old ball just cramping her up for a little bit of room. Yeah, so for those who might have just joined us for the first T20I of this series, if you don't know, tomorrow's morning game is now a morning game, I should say. It was meant to be at 2 p.m, but it's been moved to 11 a.m. So please make sure you adjust your clocks. So that's hit straight to Stir, Callis and mid-wicket. And that will be a dot ball. Another over complete. Overdyke gets out of that over without any more damage. Which only goes for 5 in the end. At the end of 7, it is all the Netherlands. 31 for 3. So looks like they'll be continuing a little bit of spin now. Allowing it to continue. She is the frontline spinner in this team. You then have a couple of right arm off spinners in Malcolmbourne. No Lynch today in the squad. Eva Lynch, good right arm off spinner in the setup as well. Deckling as well, another tidy spinner. Sivers as well. They've got a lot of spin options to the Dutch. It's well bowled from De Lange. Really well bowled. Once again, probably the most difficult art in cricket is right arm leg spin, and she seems to be able to do it very well indeed. One just a little bit shorter, dragged down a tad. It's pulled away to Rabin Reich, who's doing the mopping up at deep mid-wicket. Batted well today, did Reich. Really was busy at the crease, busy cricketer overall. Shame we can't see her with the ball. Still tending to a shoulder injury. It's an interesting one because she can field and throw and bat, but just the bowling obviously has a couple of issues. Nice shot. Cut nicely. Landhere's out there at sort of deep cover point to the left-hander. We'll do the mopping up just for a single. A couple of clouds just rolling over the ground at the moment, but still pretty pleasant conditions for this game. It's well bowled, really well bowled. Slowed that one up a little bit. Keeps it outside the off stump. Really enjoying the energy out there. There's plenty of noise coming from the Dutch side. Again, well bowled. Flighted delivery. Another dot ball. Talanga just on song overall. Oh, and that's so close to the off stump. On another day, could have been her second wicket. So another very tidy over for the Netherlands, pulling away in the first match of this series. And love to go on and sort of have a comprehensive victory here. It sets the tone for their week. Can Hong Kong come back with a little bit of something here? Not easy. Plenty of good bowlers in this lineup. And with that top three, especially the dismissal of Miles and Hill, you feel those two held the key for Hong Kong here today. Looks like Landier is going to come back from the opposite end, City end. So it looks like she's going to come around the wicket to start versus the left-handed Chan. Oh, cramps her for a little bit of room. That'll be a dot ball. So yeah, just in between a bit of a rock and a hard place at the moment. Hong Kong trying their best to up the rate, but obviously up against a very well drilled bowling unit. Not many loose balls to put away. That's the old commentator's curse right on cue. Gets that one a little bit wrong. That'll be wide down the leg side. Still having a look at that field. 5 fielders in the ring, which is the rule in women's T20I cricket. Can't have only 4 in the ring, sort of the difference from the men's game. Well bowled. It's pushed off the stump straight to Overdyke at cover. Yeah, so they've kept mid-off and mid-on in the ring, basically saying, if you're good enough, try and hit me over my head, but not easy against a bowler of Landier's sort of skills and capabilities. I guess that one wrong again. Would love to see Landier actually come back over the wicket. I know just from watching her over the last year, enjoys coming around and honing in at the stumps, but with that slinging action as well, I think from time to time to come across from over the wicket would also be quite effective. Bowled. Well, doesn't matter what side of the wicket I bowl. Landier says, I'm going to take a wicket. Full, straight, you miss, I hit. And the leg stump is uprooted. Well bowled from Landier. The 4th wicket goes down, and this Netherlands team is a very good team on home soil. They don't lose too often, and you'd have to imagine they are on their way to a comprehensive victory in the first T20I. Well bowled from Landier, full straight, did the job. So wicket goes down, means another player gets an opportunity to come out and maybe have a couple of highlights at the back end of this game, you'd imagine. Nice looking drive, nice start from the new player. That's Yasmin Daswani, who's come out here with a lot of work to do. Obviously won't be too easy considering the circumstances of the Dutch women being on top at the moment. Just good fielding zones, and they're bowling the ball majority in the right area. Really not that many loose deliveries. Nice looking shot from Daswani. He jars that one out for another dot ball. Bit of a false start that time for Lantier. It looks like something just might have blown into her eye. A couple of mozzies and midgies around. There's a couple of little creeks and lakes around, so sometimes can get a bit buggy in the summer Holland. Driven nicely, really nice shot. Callis with a little bit of a fumble at cover, and they'll be able to scamper through for a single. So Daswani will get off the mark. Lantier will end yet another over. 2 for 13 for her, and Hong Kong pretty far behind in this one. That's 9 overs complete. 36 for 4. So it looks like DeLange has earned herself an extended spell here. Will probably bowl out in the end. It's looked pretty effective with the right arm leg spin. Bowling her third over on the trot. Might even bowl 4 straight away in the middle here. Wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. Gets that one wrong, and good inventive batting because there's no 45. Well, having a look at the square leg umpire to see if this one's called a no ball or not. It's going to go for 4. Nice shot. Really good batting, but I think it's just the 4. Seem to be going down. Good batting, and 4 to the total. Much needed boundary from Hong Kong. A really nice shot from Daswani. I wonder if that shot will prompt a fielding change. We'll see if Babette Taleda wants to put a 45 in, but I think she's going to keep it the same. And here comes another ramp then, and that's going to probably be 2. Well, Lantier is quick, but how quick is Lantier coming from backward square? Not quick enough. Clever batting from Daswani. Love to see it. There's no 45 in place. Great opportunity to get a little bit inventive and try to find a couple of runs. Pushed into the offside this time. A little bit of a fumble, and nice positive start from Daswani. This looks good since coming to the crease. Hit over the top. Lovely shot. Mid-off's in the ring. It's going to plug. They're going to try and get back for 2, and they will get back for 2. Well, lofting that nicely. And finally in this innings, just Hong Kong starting to find a bit of a threshold here and getting on with it. Oh, they gets that one wrong. It's a big full toss, pulled into a huge pocket of space. Reich, brilliant effort in the field. Reins it back in and is able to keep it to 2. I think many other fielders around the world that would have been 4, but just 2 runs in the end. Sensational fielding. Nice shot, brilliant shot. That's in the gap again. Lantier, sensational fielding again. Well, that's 2 balls in a row. I think many other teams around the world that would have been a 4 and a 4, but the Netherlands are just on song in the field. That ends a productive over though for Hong Kong. A bit more intent in that over. It's good to see. As we do get to the 10 over mark, Obviously, they're well behind here on 48 for 4. We'll take a little bit of a break as the players will get a drink. I'll be back in 5 minutes to start over number 11. So welcome back after the drinks break, and it's going to be Frederique Overdyke with her first delivery in this T20I. After the drinks break, bowled the first one over a little bit earlier and only went for the 5 runs as they scamper through for a quick single there. So an impressive first 10 overs from the Netherlands, who put the ball in the right areas and were able to enforce a run out in the first, and 2 wickets for Lantier, 1 for Delanga with her right arm leg spins. Looked really good again. Expect to see a couple of spinners bowled in the last 10 overs. Here comes Overdyke. Nice shot, really nice shot, driven beautifully through the offside. I think there might be room for Daswani to come up the order in the next few games. She's 9 off 7 with the boundary, but looks really positive since coming out to the middle. Hong Kong have already been here for a few days, played the Netherlands A team and been training for this series. Bowled. Overdyke goes full straight. You miss, I hit, and another wicket goes. The Netherlands, they're in good form this summer. They don't lose many games on home turf, that is for sure. And another wicket down. Brilliant bowling from Overdyke, full and straight. And unfortunately, as soon as Hong Kong were showing a bit of life in a partnership, it is disturbed as the Netherlands continue on their very good form. And it does mean new player coming out to the crease. Bibi Merriam will come out now, and look, they're not going to make the 170, let's be honest, but you set yourself some other little targets, maybe 120, 130, and then try build on that in the remaining games in this sort of series. Also a learning curve. You learn a lot about the opposition once you play them once, and you can always come back with different tactics on day 2. Well driven, but straight to Callis, who's doing the mopping up there at cover. So Overdyke with her first wicket of this series. Would love to pick a couple more up here. Won't be able to this time as it's well cut out to Land here, who really does cover some grass. Land here actually reminds me a lot of Engelbrecht from the men's national side of the Netherlands with her fielding and how quick she is across the turf. I think overnight Engelbrecht retired actually, so best wishes to him in his endeavours. Edged away, there is third in place. Deckling will do the mopping up, and good fielding from Deckling. Might see a little bit of her with the ball soon enough as well, and big shout of over. So that's another over complete. Another wicket falls, and that drinks break maybe came at the wrong time for Hong Kong, who looked like they were just about to start building a partnership, and unfortunately that's the wicket. 52 for 5 after 11. Yeah, there's more batting to come in that lineup for Hong Kong, but obviously scoring 120 odd runs in 9 overs isn't going to happen. It's more getting some time at the crease and trying to see what they might be able to do. Take some momentum into future games. It still looks like Silver Seegers will come in now to have a bowl, the right arm leg spinner, but more an over the top leg spinner. It's sort of this new age leg spinner you see sometimes. The ball will be slanting in mostly, doesn't spin it too much from right to left. That's well played. I really enjoyed this inning so far from the young batter. Jaswani looked really, really good. Very productive, getting the ball with late cuts, ramps, certain aspects, and making sure she can score all around the ground. That one's dragged down, and while pulled away, Land here's quick and just falls short. It'd be one bounce. Yeah, Jaswani, I'd be tempted in the next game. I know they had a bit of a collapse, but I think Jaswani probably could easily come out and bat at number 3 or 4. Number 5 seems a bit low. Pushed into the offside. That'll be a dot ball. Nice comeback there from Seegers, who trying to establish herself in this team as a frontline leg spinner. Not easy to do. And bowled a bit against Italy, sometimes a bit erratic, but sometimes very good as well. Drags down, but not cashed in that time. Another dot ball. Miriam is struggling a little bit there. Pulled away. Nice fielding again. The ground fielding's been pretty tidy so far from the Dutch. Racing through this over as well. Rapid bowling action and quick through. That is going to be the completion of the over. That must have only been about 2 minutes, I think, on the clock. There's another over. It is complete. And the Netherlands going about their business on home soil. 12 overs down, 55 for 5. Obviously that first innings of 170 being too many for Hong Kong. But little victories. If they can make 100, 120, I think they'll take that. I think they'll come back tomorrow. The game's been moved to 11 a.m. and if they can come back tomorrow and improve on 20 runs on 120, that makes 140, and then you've got a game. I think they bowled well as well. It's a bit of a baptism of fire when you play away from home in the first game of the series. Never easy. Back to the action. Land here swapping ends once again, so doing a bit of the heavy work for the national side here. Delata obviously trusts Land here quite a lot to keep using her in short spells. Oh, here we go. I like it. It's going to be a wide, but I like that the batter there tried to get a little bit funky. Why not? Nothing to lose here. Taswani's shown the capabilities of playing reverse sweeps and late cuts and so forth. That's wide, lovely shot, cut beautifully from Daswani. That could go for 4. Deckling has to get down. Oh, brilliant fielding from Deckling as well. Well, the ground fielding from the Dutch on the boundary has been 10 out of 10, and aggressive running, they'll get through for 3, as they should. So great cricket all round. Brilliant fielding from Deckling, who saves 1 for her country. Good running, Daswani. What a special little innings this is from Daswani. Looks like she's got all the shots. One to look out for the future. Sneaks that one inside the tram line, top ball. Yeah, the sun is now really shining down on this ground. It's turned out to be quite a warm day. Maybe this is the start of the Dutch summer. Been looking, I think a lot of people have been looking for the last month when's summer going to start. Oh, smoked straight. What a shot. That might have enough legs to go, you know. And it does. What a nice shot that is. Well, Hong Kong showing glimpses of what they can do. Bibi Merriam over pitched, and she says, take that, land here. Smacks it straight. 4 runs. Great batting. And just showing signs, Hong Kong, that they're not just a top-order team. No, they've got 2 very good openers. Just showing there's some batting all the way down here. That one will be signalled. Oh, it's not signalled a wide. Well, surely that's too far. The batter is not too pleased. You can understand, Mariam, not too pleased with the call there from the official. And goes well. I'll just use my bat. Lovely shot out to Rabin Reich, who will do the mopping up at deep cover point for the 1. And that should get us to the last ball of the over. So a good little partnership forming here from these two. Just when you thought this game would probably meander out, seeing some nice little highlights, and that's always something you can take away after any game. Driven nicely again. A good over. Really good over this from Hong Kong, who just been ticking it over a little bit of late. So another over complete here. And 13 overs down, 66 for 5. So it looks like it's going to be Seegers to continue with this sort of right arm leg spin, sort of hybrid top spin as well. Just angling a lot of deliveries in. 7 overs to go. You go run a ball from here, you make 108, 110, and maybe a 120 if you have a really good finish. Well bowled. Really well bowled. Top ball. Well bowled again, another dot ball. So good start to this over, just keeping it pretty full, pretty tight, not allowing the batter to sort of release the arms or release the hands at all. Oh, here we go, Funky again, tries the ramp, but a little bit of bat, and I think that might have been bat into the side of the helmet. I think that she's okay, but with the new protocols, they're going to have to ask her to have a bit of a check here. So looks like the physio might be coming onto the field here. New concussion protocols. I think sometimes with this, obviously that was a glancing blow, and the batter's already said they're okay. I think surely some judgment from the umpires can say, okay, it's a glancing blow, they're absolutely fine. But we'll follow her, as it looks like we'll have to wait for quick concussion test. This might be one of the quickest concussion tests ever. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You want to keep batting? Yeah, I want to keep batting. What day is it? Tuesday. Oh, it's Monday. There you go. And we're back. This is something I think that umpires can be a little bit more judgment calls on it. It's a leg spinner. It's not gone quickly. It's a glancing blow. Let's just get on with the game. We're trying to speed everything up these days. Pushed into the offside. Dot ball. Better over this from Seeger. Seems to have found a pretty good length here. Clicked away to leg side. Oh, run out chance. Yes, no, maybe. Good throw, and that's out. Well, another wicket will go. It was an easy throw. It was a big shout of yes. But it was never on. Deckling with the fielding at mid-wicket. Just had to lob the ball back to Babette Delader. And the next wicket will go down. Unfortunately, that nice little partnership was brewing. But I don't think there was a single there. And in the end, the Netherlands will be happy with their work. Another run out. Does mean the partnership's broken, but gives it another opportunity. A wicketkeeper batter, this time Hoi Ying Chung, coming out to bat here for Hong Kong. Get some time at the crease to find a little bit of touch potentially for the rest of the series. So, some good fielding there from Deckling. Player makes their way to the middle. And that back end here, we're just looking for a player to go on for some personal highlights. Can these two now build a little bit of a partnership? Well played. First ball, well bowled as well. Pretty impressive over overall. Racing through the overs here. The Netherlands, that is another over complete. We're 14 overs down, 36 balls remaining in this first T20I. It's going to be 1-0 to the Dutch, and tomorrow, 11 AM, we'll be back for game number 2, and then on Wednesday, I believe we've got 2 matches in a day, which will test my voice, and probably Sebastian on the camera, #1 cameraman today, my good friend Sebastian, who's done a fantastic job actually getting a frog box to be this eloquent. So it looks like they're going to stick with Overdyke. Probably said that I want a couple more wickets than just the one for today. Gets another over here. Deswani on strike. It's looked really good. Just pushes that into the offside. Oh, what a shot from Deswani. Brilliant batting, but going to find the sweeper just for the one. Yeah, Deswani, high score of 34 not out for her nation. Been a decent touch of late as well. Scores 22, 45 not out, 21, 26. Back home in Hong Kong and played quite a few years now. T20I cricket. That one's pushed straight to the fielder, dot ball. Deswani would love to potentially make a higher score here. That's something we can sort of watch in the last few overs. On 19 not out, it'll take some effort, but you never know. Sort of cut away, splicing off the bat to Deckling, who just affected that run out for a single. Hasn't been Deswani, also a lawyer by trade, so multifaceted. Shot, nice shot. from Deswani. They'll want 2 here. Try and get back on the throw, but the fielding's just too good. And it's just a single again. Oh, bowled again, just a dot ball. So another over complete. The Dutch are racing through here, aren't they? As we get to sort of the crescendo of this first T20I, has been all the Netherlands. There's been some fleeting moments from Hong Kong. I think touched on their ground fielding was impressive, and I think they bowled the ball majority in the right areas. Oh, lovely shot again. Oh, big play and miss. Going to be single to wide. Maybe catching a little bit of that tram line. Well, high in the air. This should be caught, and it is caught. Well, Deckling's not going to spill that one. That'll end a little bit of fun there. There's another partnership which looked like it was going to start taking off. Unfortunately, ends with the dismissal. And just getting a little bit big that time. So, another wicket will go down. And it's all the Dutch at the moment. Well bowled. Good to see the spinner get an extended run here also. So a little bit of a delay there as the new players made their way to the middle. Getting right down to the back end of this game now. Sivers again, full straight, clipped nicely. They will get through for a quick single. Obviously, Deckling doing the mopping up at mid-wicket, affected a run out and took a catch. Pushed straight down the wicket, dot ball. Deswani, 21 not out at the moment. Pulled straight, bit of yes, no, maybe, no run there. Sivers has bowled, Seeger, sorry, has bowled a really good spell. Picked up just the 1 wicket, but been able to keep it really tight. All the bowlers have been effective. That's a lovely shot off the back, still cut away. They want 2. Can they get back this time? The answer is no. That Dutch sort of fielding and the outer boundary has been oh so impressive. So another over is complete. And sort of riding on the walls as we get right down to the back end here. Can Hong Kong get themselves up to 100 and take some momentum into tomorrow's fixture? It is 16 overs down, 74 for 7. So it looks like Ira Swilling is going to be handed the ball back, and she gets a chance now to join the wickets column with the rest of the bowlers. Every bowler's at least picked up one besides Zwilling, who's bowled pretty tidily without much reward. Deswani's going to be on strike. Here comes the ramp. Leaves it alone. That'll be a wide. Still seems like there's quite a bit of swing there for Zwilling as well. Not too pleased with the wide call. Wears her heart on her sleeve, and very competitive cricketer. I was talking before about players that open the batting and open the bowling so regularly. She's only one of a very small few, and then digs in the bouncer. I like that. Why not? Had fine leg and deep square back, and that'll just be one. Well bowled from Zwilling. Full and straight, and a little bit of tail away. Probably there to drive, but hanging on that back foot. Yeah, Seegers has one, Overdyke has one, laying the one, land here the two. Zwilling's been economical, but just hasn't been able to pick up the wicket. Just a bit of a dead ball there. Looked like some local kids around the park might have accidentally kicked a football onto the field. There's a multi-sport club, Kampong. A bit of hockey around the corner and many other sports. One of the better clubs in the country. Cut away, nice shot. Deckling, who's been pretty clean in the field, will have a slight fumble, but they'll only be able to get one in the end. So I guess we're on Daswani watch at the moment. 23 not out of 23. Really batted well. Shot. Really nice shot from Daswani. That might be four. Wow, that's one of the shots of the day. What a player. What a shot. 27 not out. And an opportunity here to hit her highest T20I score. I think I'd love to see Yasmin Daswani up the order a little bit. From what I've seen in this innings, has come out, been proactive, shown a couple of ramps and played some really nice shots. 34 not out, so highest score for her country. That will take her on to 28. So that's what I mean. You might not go on and win the game, but you take something away from playing these extra overs and some personal highlights, and you can take that into match 2, match 3, match 4. Well bowled. Good comeback from Zwilling, who will go wicketless in this one. That'll be a little bit frustrating. Batted well earlier today, though. I'm sure we'll see much more of her during this series. So another over is complete out here at Kampong Cricket Club. Another productive over. Hong Kong eking their way closer to that 100 mark now. It looks like Deckling, who's been good with the ball in the field, will actually get a bowl this time. Affected a run out, taken a catch, and now given the ball to come potentially bowl a 2-over spell at the clubhouse end. So let's see what Deckling has to offer. Going to be bowling to Daswani though, who's looked really good. Daswani tries to be proactive and pull that one through mid-wicket, finds the fielder. So 82, can they get to 100? Can Daswani score more than 34? That's what we're watching now. 7 more runs for Daswani. That's going to help. That's over mid-wicket. They should get 2 here. They should be quick enough to go 2. They're going to go. Oh, no. Oh, wow. What a throw from Iris Swilling. Deep mid on. That is an amazing bit of fielding. Well, the 2 was on, and there was a slight hesitation. Yes, no, maybe. And what a throw that is. As a direct hit will end a marvellous innings. Taswani will have to go for 29 off 26. It won't be her highest international T20I score. I dare say there's a player you want to watch more of in the next few days. And what a brilliant bit of fielding from Mira Swilling. A direct hit from deep mid on. Probably a good 45 to 50 metre throw. She'd run in a fair bit, and they'll land a really good innings. Disappointment for Deswani, but elation for the Dutch and for Zwilling. There's been some good fielding today overall, and I think the Dutch deserve their points here in this one. Oh, gets that one a little bit wrong, and well, straight to Zwilling. It won't be 2 and 2, will it? Oh no! Well, Zwilling had a chance there to potentially go 2 run-outs and 2 balls, but checked the throw, just hesitated on the throw. So it'll be just the 1 run. That one pushed to the leg side for a dot ball. Oh, he gets that one a little bit too short. It's driven to the offside for a single. Just coming to the end part of this series. Series match number 1 coming to its crescendo. And another over complete. So Deckling gets through it pretty quickly as well. The big run out in that over. I think plenty of learnings for Hong Kong today, and they'll take some positives out of it. I think it would be a nice little milestone to get to that 100 mark, though. That's definitely something they'll be hoping for. So 12 balls left in match number 1. And it's cut away. Good bit of fielding again. Dot ball. They've been very clean in that outfield and inner ring. Oh, gone. Well bowled. Well, full straight, you miss, I hit. And that's exactly what happens. Another wicket will go down. And the Netherlands just enjoying a couple extra moments at the end of this T20I. Sneaking that one through, and another wicket will go. That's another wicket to the very talented bowler. And Overdyke just doing exactly what she does. Sort of that slingy low arm action, tails it in at the stumps and picks up another wicket. Second wicket for Overdyke. Joins land here in the, well, multiple wicket takers for this innings. Everyone chipping in here and there. So can Overdyke make it 3? Oh, almost. Sneaks that one through. Well played in the end. This is Siu, who has come at the back end here. Last sort of writing on the wall. Maybe a couple of highlights or potentially make something happen here. Try and be brave and get a couple of extra runs. 18 to get to 100. Well played into the offside. It's going to be another dot ball. Just losing some momentum at the back end due to the wickets column. I think if they have a good opening partnership tomorrow, or the top 3 can put on 50 between them. Seeing that there is definitely some batting down there at number 5, 6, 7 for Hong Kong. Another player miss. Overdyke's bowled well today. I think player of the match honours. It's hard to look past Delader once again, making a marvellous 50 and having the captain's armband and the wicketkeeper's position. Seems to take it all in her stride, really. That one sneaks inside, well bowled from Overdyke, and that will be another over complete. So we're down to the last 6 deliveries of this T20I. It's going to be 1-0 to the Netherlands after these 6 balls, or 2 wickets. And then tomorrow we'll be back at 11 AM earlier start. So last balls of this game, last overtime, 6 to go. Can Netherlands pick up the 2 wickets required? Well, high in the air. Zwilling's good. Run out chance. Direct hit's gone. Oh, just misses it to the left. It'll be 1 run. So 5 balls remaining. Plenty of spin so far in this innings. Been mighty effective. Kept the scoring rate low. Driven nicely through the offside, but it's going to be another dot ball. So 4 balls remaining. Yeah, I remind everyone, tomorrow's 11 AM for our second game tomorrow. Changing of the times just to make sure that the weather doesn't wreak havoc on us. There is a shower expected for the afternoon. That one slipping through as well. It's been an impressive spell from Seegers. It's putting it in the right area. So 3 balls remaining. It's going to be another dot ball. Yeah, and for Hong Kong, I think they'll come back tomorrow. They would have learnt a lot from today about what they want to be and where they want to go in this series. And I think they showed some glimpses with the ball and some glimpses with the bat as well. I wouldn't count them out in this series just yet. Tomorrow, I think it'll be even more hotly contested. That one hit back off the foot. And it'll be another dot ball. So right to the last moments of this game. Big thank you to everyone from Hong Kong Cricket and KNCB Cricket to get this series up. Very excited for the next 2 days to come. And everyone at Kampong Cricket Club for getting through some pretty tough weather in the last few days. Hit down the ground. Delanga will do the mopping up. Direct hit might be gone. Just misses it. And that will be a single. And that, I believe, will be the end of this T20 match. So the Netherlands will go on to a pretty comprehensive win. 170 in the first innings to 84 in the second. Winning margin of 84. Handshakes all round. And definitely some learning curves for Hong Kong. I think we'll see even better from the Netherlands as this week progressives. So thank you, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. As I mentioned, 11 AM tomorrow is the starting time. It has been changed from 2 PM. But if you do want to tune in, we'll have this up. Thanks to Sebastian as well, who's offered us a little bit more with the Frog Box. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.